Hi everybody, Miss Lisa here. Time to do some more cooking. We're going to be making a beef and bean chili. We've got our ground beef. This happens to be 80% lean, 20% fat. You want a little bit of fat in your ground beef for flavor. And this recipe was interesting because it calls for 3 tablespoons of water poured on your beef with a little bit of baking soda. And that's supposed to make the meat tender. So we'll do that in just a second. We've also got oregano, chili powder, cumin, and a little salt. Now we've got our pinto beans. I've already opened the can. These are just canned beans. We have chicken broth, and then we've got our crushed tomatoes. And in just a minute, we're going to chop up some garlic, onion, red pepper. We're going to take our ground beef. I've just left it in the package. You can put it in a bowl if you'd like. And we're going to sprinkle this over the top, our baking soda. Sprinkle that over the meat. Then we're going to take our 3 tablespoons of water and just add that on top. And that's supposed to help tenderize this meat even more and make it tender. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for just a couple of minutes. So our next step now, while our meat is sort of getting tender, we're going to now take some garlic. A recipe called for 4 cloves of garlic, but you can see that these cloves are really large, so I thought 3 should be plenty. In fact, 2 might even work. You just take a knife, put it flat, and then you put your palm of your hand over the top of it and just hit it real hard, okay? And look at that, you've smashed it. But when you do that, it loosens that paper. See, that paper just comes right off. And you peel that off, and you're good to go. I'm gonna use my smaller knife to chop this. You don't need a huge knife when you're chopping. Now what I wanna do is, I'm going to try to hold this, but I'm going to try to make sure that I'm keeping those fingers out of the way, right? Remember how we always want to keep, and then we put the point down. Then, now those are way too big, aren't they? So now we're just going to take our knife. You can even take your hand flat on top of the knife, making sure, of course, the sharp part is down. And just go like this and just chop, chop, chop that garlic. Now, we're going to chop red pepper, cut on the side. See the seeds in there? I don't want to cut into them because then they'll just be all over. So I turn this, rotate this, cut this side off, turn again, and one more time. And you can lay it down. You can see where the seeds are. So I don't want to cut into that because I don't want a seedy mess here. I've got a few seeds here and that's okay. Okay, then we're going to cut and chop these. Once again, you don't want them too big pieces. You can just turn, and then make sure your fingers are always out of the way. That's really important, okay? Now, here's our onion. So, how to chop an onion. Okay, let's cut off the end. Let's cut off the other end. All right. Now, we are going to cut this in half. Okay, so there's our 2 halves. All right, but you see this has paper on it too, that has a papery. So we're just gonna pick that off and peel off that outer layer. So we're gonna go like this from the side and kind of make some, sort of say incisions. I feel like I'm talking like a surgeon. Make some cuts that way. And then we're gonna go this way. Being real careful with our fingers, then we turn it. And there we've got a nice chopped onion. Look at that. Okay, and if it gets too close, don't worry about those last pieces. You don't want to cut your finger. All right, so now we have everything chopped. So now I'm going to take the lid off my skillet. Let's put in our red pepper first into our skillet. I already have oil in my skillet. Now, normally you would use like a Dutch oven or a big pot, wouldn't you, to make chili? But I'm here at the library. I don't have that, so I'm going to just use my electric skillet. Okay, so put that in, and then we're going to add our chopped onion. Remember I said I already put the oil in the pan, so it's nice and hot. And I'm going to stir that around just a little bit. It's already smelling just yummy in here, just by having chopped those onions and the garlic. I always feel like such a chef when I chop onion and garlic. So we'll let that, what we call sweat. The cooks say when you're letting those cook a little bit, they say you're letting it sweat out. You're letting them sweat. That's always funny. All right, so after that's sweated for a few minutes, we will add the garlic. And this is a whole lot of garlic. Smells good. I wish you could smell it. So after we let that cook just for a few minutes, not too long, then we're ready to add all of our other ingredients, okay? So let's go ahead now and add our hamburger. And I'm just going to kind of break it up a little bit as I put it in the skillet. Okay. Let's stir that around a bit. And then we're going to add all the rest of our seasonings and all of our yummy things that make the chili. So let's go ahead and add our oregano, our cumin, chili powder. And it's a lot of chili powder, but I promise you it'll be good. Let's go ahead and add our chicken broth. Oh wait, I'm going to stir this first. Change my mind on that one. Let's stir it around a bit. Can you hear that sizzle? Nice sound. Look how dark that chili powder makes it. All right, so we're going to cook that a little bit, let some of that meat get brown. Okay, let's go ahead and add our chicken broth and our tomatoes. Now it's quiet, isn't it? That liquid. And then our pinto beans. Oh, and our salt, yes. Gotta add our salt. Okay, let's give that a stir. Like I said before, normally you're going to be using a big pot, like a Dutch oven or something, aren't you? Or maybe you have a big soup pot. And of course that would be ideal, but I didn't have a stove here at the library, so we're going to make do with our skillet. So we're going to let this cook and simmer and let all those seasonings marry together and let it come to a little boil. And then after it's come to a little boil, we'll turn the heat down to just on a low simmer and let it just sit there and cook, oh gosh, anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes or even longer. Some people like to let their chili sit on the stove just at a really low temperature and just let it do its thing. And it smells wonderful and it will taste wonderful too when it's finished. Right, so here's our finished product. Look at that nice, rich, thick chili. Looks so good. And I hope you can enjoy a nice bowl of chili with your family. And stay well, my friends. Thanks for being here with me today.